CCTV cameras run non-stop, capturing moments no one ever sees coming. In this video, you'll witness unexpected events caught in real time that will leave you surprised and questioning what just happened. When they came back to work today, they didn't find an office. They found an indoor pool. Sometimes you'll save the most money by hiring a good professional instead of trying to fix the problem yourself.
Oh, it's too much! Oh! Oh my God. Oh.
I don't think this would even be possible in a movie, yet they actually tried it here. Truly unbelievable. So he decided to go for a walk alone today. When the brakes fail at the worst possible moment. He probably picked the wrong profession. He'd make a great stuntman. Out of nowhere, a massive hole appeared in the middle of the city, straight out of an apocalypse movie. Before we continue, take a second to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, drop a comment and tell us which country you're watching from. We'd love to see where our amazing audience is coming from. This was just too much for that old truck to handle. I don't understand how he didn't feel it after the first impact and didn't stop immediately.
Oh my God. Holy.
We were planning a tropical vacation and renting a scooter, but maybe that's not such a great idea. Lucky in an unlucky situation. This load didn't end up in the sea.
Good.
This guy clearly never heard work smarter, not harder. Because of strong winds, an entire roof collapsed onto parked cars. Luckily, no one was hurt. I don't know why, but watching controlled demolitions of old buildings is oddly satisfying. Is it really possible that snow falls off the roof at this exact moment? The guy filming this must be really brave, because being this close is extremely dangerous. Dog fight drama. The neighbor's pet attacked the woman's dog right outside her entrance, forcing both owners to rush in immediately and physically wrestle the two animals apart, demonstrating quick, essential teamwork. Approached by two harassing guys after passing a group of resting workers in the park at night, the vulnerable girl was immediately saved when the vest-wearing laborers rushed over to scare the men off with their collective presence. The footage shows the massive cement mixer truck tipping over agonizingly slowly onto its side in the middle of the street. Water was intentionally released from the large trailer, creating a massive, muddy slide down the hill that they rode, becoming completely caked in mud before joyfully landing in the swimming pool below. Man saw the car burning fiercely on the busy street and quickly grabbed the fire extinguisher from his own vehicle to rush over and expertly put the dangerous flames out. Scared by a plastic spider prank, the delivery woman instantly jumped back and screamed loudly after the man dropped the fake arachnid onto her from the ceiling with perfect timing. He was carrying clean water for the town when he encountered a fully engulfed burning bus. The heroic tanker driver immediately connected his powerful hose and used his entire valuable supply to put out the blaze and rescue the trapped bus driver. Rain was pouring heavily, and the dash cam captured the incredible, split-second moment the driver braked to miss the four large orange traffic cones, only for a massive tree branch to immediately crash down on top of the cones he would have otherwise hit. Accidentally unloading their coworker along with the dirt from the small trailer, the farm workers sent their colleague and his mini tractor flying up onto its rear wheels in a chaotic, surprising moment that likely required a quick trip to the doctor later that day. Stacking containers at the truck depot, a careless worker violently bumped a massive steel unit with his semi-trailer, creating a catastrophic chain reaction that sent several units tumbling and caused complete organizational chaos. Slipping in the center of the restaurant after the floor was just cleaned, the embarrassed woman was immediately rushed to and helped by the waiter and the chef, who ran out from the kitchen to assist the accident victim. Hitting the house twice, the oblivious driver didn't notice his trailer unhitching as he drove forcefully uphill until the rogue piece of equipment had already rolled uncontrolled down the street, slammed violently into a house, and he finally returned to inspect the extensive property damage he had unintentionally caused. Dropping a strong rope into the old, dry well, the waiting villagers watched the clever dog grab it tightly with its teeth so they could pull the terrified animal to safety and rescue him from the dark pit. When we rush, that's when the biggest fails happen. A subtle red petal became a clown nose amidst her most serious posing. This hurts. Caution was clearly on vacation while she was testing the limits of physics. Inches separated this expensive billboard from total destruction and a major lawsuit. Opening a can without an opener requires more patience than the average person possesses. Opening a can without an opener requires more patience than the average person possesses. Fate found a way to him, even though he was standing at a safe distance. Brains and stunts rarely walk hand in hand in these amateur videos. Nobody expected an ordinary meadow to turn into a bottomless abyss. It seems the groundwater did its job before the tractor even reached its destination. Elegance suddenly evaporated the moment her foot lost its firm footing. Instead of likes on social media, she got a close encounter with the hard and ruthless asphalt. Planned attack turned into synchronized swimming without any prior warning. The fight for territory became a fight for survival in a deep and rather cold puddle. Balance is a key thing that this worker decided to completely ignore today. The tractor rose like a rearing horse before collapsing onto its side. His friends prepared a surprise that he will remember all this sultry summer. The water hit him with such force that he momentarily forgot where he was.
Down!
Tires screeched as he tried to perform an impossible maneuver above a deep abyss. One wrong move of the steering wheel would be enough for the whole adventure to end tragically in a second. Blow to the head was so loud that the neighbors heard it. Although the skull remained intact, the brain probably got a good shaking inside the plastic armor after this fall. Perhaps the phone was more interesting than the road at that critical and dangerous moment. The driver behind him had no time to react, so the collision was inevitable. Screams she let out probably woke up the entire neighborhood early in the morning. The snake just calmly moved away while the girl performed the fastest return to the house ever. Craftswoman learned a hard lesson about workplace safety in the middle of her own kitchen. Strands got tangled in the drill before she could even realize what was happening. His head was deep among the flavors while his legs kicked helplessly in the air above the glass. None of those present knew whether to offer a hand first or take out a phone to record the moment. In the end, he made it out alive, but he probably lost his appetite for vanilla and strawberry. Redness on his face was warmer than the water he had just unintentionally landed in. Everyone went silent for a second, and then that familiar, muffled laughter started, which hurts more than the impact itself. He surely wished he could just sink to the bottom at that moment and stay there until the crowd dispersed. Dancing around the trunk looked like some strange and very poorly rehearsed circus act. Once he touched the bark, there was no going back to an upright position for this tired reveler. The tree embraced him with its branches, and he responded with loud snoring that echoed through the entire forest. Guests tried to look at the cake while the groom attempted to hide a large hole on his backside. His new wife laughed through tears, realizing that this would be the best story they would tell their grandchildren. Let's hope the hotel room is closed and that spare clothes are waiting somewhere in a suitcase behind the stage. Guy tried to stay calm, but his hands were visibly shaking on the steering wheel. The animals in this park clearly don't care about tourist etiquette or the safety warnings printed on the ticket. The smell of fear in the vehicle was almost palpable as the predator sniffed around the tires, looking for a way to get a bit better acquainted with the guests. Kayak filled with water faster than they could utter any apology. People from the shore laughed heartily, watching the culprits helplessly trying to surface with ruined hairstyles. It was the most watched video of the day because nothing pleases people like justice served with plenty of cold water. Result of this experiment was a hairstyle resembling a failed attempt at mowing the lawn in the dark. The client saw a sight in the mirror that will force her to wear a hat for the next few months without stopping. No amount of free treatments can compensate for the damage caused by those small, clumsy, and too fast hands. Guy was trying to stay afloat while the furry savior tirelessly charged toward his shoulders. It looked as if the animal was trying to drown him instead of helping him reach safe and solid land. In the end, they both got out, one happy, and the other covered in red marks and swimming traumas. Everything happened in a second when the truck lost contact with the asphalt due to the heavy weight. The trailer overturned with a loud bang that echoed through the whole area, leaving behind total chaos and blocked traffic. It will take days for this mess to be cleared and for the road to become safe again for normal car movement. Gravity won in this unequal battle against human persistence and a lack of exercise. The man remained pinned to the ground while observers wondered if he had even estimated the weight. In the end, he gave up, realizing that desire and real possibilities were in total discord today. A fall was written in the stars as soon as his foot touched the third rung without any support from below. Newton's law manifested in the most painful way possible in the middle of this home workshop and ceiling repair. Next time, he will probably call a neighbor instead of playing a fearless acrobat on an aluminum stand. Everything that shines or rustles attracts the attention of this small and very playful galloping herd. Passers-by watched from a safe distance as their equipment became the subject of a detailed inspection by the four-legged explorers. Nature sometimes offers better entertainment than any TV program, especially when the actors are this charming. City authorities certainly won't be thrilled with this new video circulating the internet today. Instead of applause, the guy got silence and probably a hefty bill for repairing the street lamp he destroyed. It was that moment when you realize that the line between genius and stupidity is as thin as a single light bulb.
你怎么感觉？蔡宇，你觉得我们会滑死吗？我操！我不认你，我鞋子是雪地鞋，它很防滑的。
Digital testimonies of human clumsiness are always the most popular category on all social media. It might have been wiser if he had called a professional immediately instead of deciding to show his destructive side. They had no idea the camera was watching. Let's just say they got caught in 4K. Toddlers clearly mistook the family wagon for a stunt motorcycle. Hopefully, shock absorbers are on your side today. Seawater foams while this captain slaloms through the marina like a professional skier. One wrong move turns you into the most expensive crash in harbor history. Curiosity asks if you have enough courage or just lack common sense. Everything looks incredible, but my sofa remains a much safer option currently. Facial expressions like his are worth millions as he slowly releases the lady. Panic spreads faster than viral news inside the tiny little brain. Waves toss the ferry like a simple paper toy in some bathtub. Vehicles lean dangerously while trying to reach solid ground without a salty bath. Boats glide through crystal waters while mountains reflect on the surface. Forget mobile phones and noise because only nature's silence rules here. Massive hulls strike the surface, displacing a fortune of liquid skyward. Dock workers probably never planned for free showers during their regular shift. Expert cutters balance at dizzying heights while chainsaws handle the heavy labor. Everything looks like a dangerous dance that could fail at any second. Wondering if this is an action movie scene or desperate theft helps pass time. Should he successfully jump inside? An uncomfortable ride toward unknown destinations awaits. Dents vanish as if they never existed under pressure from skilled fingers. Ignore expensive machinery when years of experience provide a perfect feel for steel. Romantic clouds transform halls into fairy tales, provided nobody hits the floor face first. Navigating mist requires skills average guests lack after drinking 3 brandies. Nature possesses strange humor when deciding to slap humans with aquatic inhabitants. Impact force sufficed to erase that smile from his face within seconds. Gotham would feel proud of techniques this guy uses dominating skies. Only things missing are mask ears and Batmobiles parked in dark alleys. Distinguishing bosses from interns becomes difficult when everyone wears identical colors and cuts. Individuality ends exactly where strict corporate dress codes on construction sites begin. Initially, she judged the guy for his bizarre mid-flight routine at 30,000 feet. Situations flipped once she realized hydration mattered more than other people's opinions. Driver skills border on insanity while weaving through heavy traffic without hesitation. Low remained in rearview mirrors temporarily, powerless against pure speed and audacity. Smoke rises from tires while brakes seize control over tons of metal. Engineering and pilot skills merge into one perfect moment of returning home. Running down slopes looks comical until wings fill with rushing air. Gravity resists strongly, yet desires for the sky are clearly much stronger. He looks like he's trying to wear shoes 3 sizes too small. Knees hit steering wheels while heads press dangerously against miniature vehicle roofs. Cars float instead of driving while desperate owners watch damage from balconies. Nature once again showed who truly rules urban spaces after heavy rainfall. Rarely does one see so much history and different destinies in a single photograph. Great-grandmother smile while the youngest family member sleeps unconsciously in her lap. Nature reveals its most terrifying face when electricity finds paths to Earth through bark. Wood shatters with sounds recalling the loudest explosions you have ever heard. Grit shown here would overshadow many professionals from men's leagues worldwide. Every tackle is uncompromising, and winning desires appear in every single movement. Controlled explosions did their job, yet falling concrete sites always cause slight unease. Hopefully, all safety protocols were followed and bystanders remained at safe distances. He slept peacefully while she performed actions worthy of top-secret agents. Results were total chaos and confusion once the poor man finally woke from deep sleep. Water splashed everywhere while motorcycles sped down roads without slowing down. His leather jacket is now heavier by at least 5 kilograms of pure dirty liquid. Containers slipped off decks during heavy storms and ended up among fish and corals. Logistics sometimes fail in the cruelest ways possible, leaving customers waiting in vain. Energy in this hall is so contagious that even laziest people would want to lift weights. Instead of competition and grim looks, pure joy over every achieved result rules here. Time is money, and this guy clearly wants to break world records in delivery speed. Questions remain whether goods arrive in one piece after such crazy drives through narrow alleys. Engineers designed a system to wake sleepy drivers before they veer off paths. Instead of boring vibrations, your tires play songs keeping you awake and focused on lanes. Incredible sound vibrations force liquids to dance in perfect rhythm. Audiences lose their breath watching this blend of biology and pure acoustic energy. Perhaps they intentionally planned this dramatic fall to record viral internet videos. Destruction aesthetics sometimes look more fascinating than perfectly decorated living room corners. Branches snap under immense weight while this giant walks where nobody else dares. His strength reminds us who truly rules untouched nature and impassable terrains. Ha ha ha, just look at that balance struggle as legs fly everywhere. Ice doesn't forgive carelessness, but at least provides free entertainment to everyone watching from afar. Marketing experts likely never predicted goods would fall apart before filming final scenes. What do you say about this epic failure that entertained the entire marketplace? Professionals know millimeter gaps suffice for tires to remain completely dry and clean. Watch as the limousine weaves between holes like dancing ballet on hot asphalt. Construction workers use lasers so each concrete tower stands exactly in its designated spot. Linear perspective creates infinity illusions as the row stretches all the way to horizons. FedEx workers clearly had too much work and simply dropped the shipment from their minds. The question remains whether that parcel values enough for someone to return after working hours. Watching black smoke rise high into skies from moving engines feels terrifying. Brave firefighters arrived at the last moment, preventing even greater disasters on highways.